almost 90 participants, of 90 participants, 36 have now joined. They must be of different subject areas. They may be from different courses. Must be teaching different courses. But ultimately, we have to live on this earth. We have to breathe from the atmosphere which we have. We have to drink from the hydrosphere, which is providing us water. We have to use material from our lithosphere. So we all, irrespective of what field we are, we have to have a basic idea of our Earth system, especially the climate change, which is the utmost closest, what you call closest system which we are interacting breathe by breathe, lamha by lamha, second by second, we are interacting with our atmosphere and our weather system and our climate system. So knowing about our climate is something very important, and what is happening with our climate, that is also very important to understand, because our survival will depend upon how the climate progresses in future. Now, the issue of climate change, our thing related to this was first diagnosed by Joseph Fourier in 1824. And what he said, that based on, I have not got any answer from any of you till now. Of the 10 questions which I have posed to you, I have not got any answer from you till now. That means it is going to be one way. That means it is going to be one way. Now, Joseph Fourier has said that depending upon the distance from the sun of Earth, we need to be much colder. The average temperature on the Earth must have been much colder as far as the distance from the sun of Earth is concerned. But Earth is much warmer. Why it is warmer? Perhaps there is something which is acting as a blanket around the Earth. And it is the atmosphere which is actually acting as an insulator for the Earth. In 1856, Eunice Foote discovered that this blanket which we are talking of is actually has a gas which is carbon dioxide and also a little bit of water vapor. Both of them, they are trapping the infrared radiation which is going back from the Earth's surface into the atmosphere. This trapment is warming the Earth. In 1860, John Tyndall recognized that Earth's natural greenhouse effect and suggested that slight change in the atmospheric composition could bring about climatic variations. Now, we have gases in our atmosphere. There are tens of gases, but the major gas is nitrogen, which is almost 78%. 21% is oxygen. And in less than in 1%, remaining 1%, we have all the gases. Out of which carbon dioxide is only 0.004%. Carbon dioxide is only 0.04%. Sorry, not 0.004, 0.04%. Methane is still less and water vapor is still less, but these gases, which are called as greenhouse gases, they have a very profound effect on heat trapment mechanism of the Earth system. In 1896, Svante Arrhenius predicted that there is going to be global warming because of the coal which is being used in Europe for industrialization. In 18th century, the industrialization in Europe started, and they were burning coal for heat. And he said that this burning of coal is going to release carbon dioxide, and in future, we expect that there will be warming. And in fact, he suggested that if we burn all the shallow coal deposits of Europe, we will put so much of carbon dioxide in atmosphere that Europe will become a warm continent. It will become a much high temperature weather system, which is better than the biting cold which we had in Europe. Why Europeans have moved out of Europe and have conquered all the world land masses, may it be North America, may it be South America, may it be Australia, may it be India, because the cold in Europe was not pleasant. It was very harsh. So Europeans went out of Europe just to save them from cold. It was after industrialization that when air conditioning system came into being, then it has become a continent to live with ease. In 1938, Guy Calendar connected carbon dioxide increase in Earth's atmosphere to global warming, and then in 1978, United States National Academy of Science accepted that the global warming is taking place, and in 2007, United Nations has established international protocol for climate change to check and study the issue of this global warming. So these were the milestones as far as global warming is concerned. Europe, if you see, I will be presenting you through a lot of newspaper cuttings, because through these newspapers we come to know about what is happening all over the world. So my presentation will be full of newspaper cuttings with dates over them, the dates on which I have collected these news items. Now, for example, in Europe, extreme weather condition is virtually impossible without climate change. A study was carried out. Europe heat is real, not Renoir. The European painters used to paint paintings and they used to show sunshine as a part of their paintings. But today, the same sunshine, which used to be a Renoir, is no more a Renoir, but now it is a problem. Now, the temperature in Europe goes beyond 30, 32, 35 degrees centigrade, and people are not enjoying that warm temperature. They used to throng to the fountains and sea beaches. So, there is an issue of global warming, but still, there are scientists, there are politicians, there are head of the states which don't believe that there is a climate change and there is a global warming. So through the slides, I will try to show you that this problem of global warming or climate change is still a news, or it has become a fact, or it is a hoax. Now I will ask you again a very pertinent question. Wherever you are, from wherever you have joined, can you tell me in yes or no that the temperature at this very juncture is warmer or colder as compared to last year?
Warmer, sir.
You just write down in message. Write W for warm and C for colder. So it is, I am asking you that what you are feeling at this time. It is the first week of December, almost ending, and we are not expecting the cold which we used to expect. The Earth is the only living planet. There is no life on any other planet. Why there is a life on this planet? The life on this planet is because of proper climate. The proper average temperature of the Earth's surface is as such that in which that is minus 60 to plus 60 degrees centigrade, life can survive, and water can be found in all the three states. And from where we get this warmth? From the sunshine. Though Earth has its own internal heat, Earth also releases heat. Earth also releases heat. Earth also has its own heat, but it is much less. It is less than 10 milliwatt per meter square per second. The heat which we have on the Earth's surface is from the sunlight. And because we are at the third place from the sun, the maximum and minimum temperature range is -60 to +60 degrees centigrade. Mercury is closest to the sun and it has temperature of 165 degrees centigrade. Venus is second and has temperature 465 degrees centigrade. Earth has average temperature 15 degrees centigrade. Mars has average temperature of -65 degrees centigrade. Mars is fourth from the sun. So once you go at that much of distance from the sun, your average temperature is -65 degrees centigrade. Mr. Sengar Saab, what you are doing? Mr. Sengar Saab? Mr. Sengar Saab, what you are doing? I have to again come back. So now why just think why Venus has 465 degrees centigrade of temperature, despite the fact that it is at number 2. Number 1 has only 165 degrees centigrade temperature. Number 2 is 465 degree. Number 3, Earth, is 15 degree average with minimum and maximum of -60 to +60. Now, what is happening that our own activity is changing the overall temperature system. Now, our Earth is made up of different spheres. And all these spheres, they are interacting with each other. And they are making our physical and chemical and biological environment. We have atmosphere in which we have all the gases. We have biosphere in which we have life forms. We have hydrosphere which has all waters in all the three states. Lithosphere is the top surface up to 200 kilometers below the ground. From surface to 200 kilometers is lithosphere. Below 200 to 1000 kilometers we have asthenosphere. And from 1000 kilometers to 5361 kilometers we have barysphere. Barysphere is consist of inner core, outer core, and outer mantle, and a part of upper mantle. So we have these layers which are called as geospheres. Now in these geospheres, we have added one more sphere. Out of these natural, God-created spheres, we have created anthrosphere or built sphere. The human beings, they have created a sphere which is called as built sphere or anthrosphere. All our houses, buildings, road, all what we have constructed. At what expense? At the expense of atmosphere, at the expense of biosphere, at the expense of hydrosphere, and we are affected by what is happening between lithosphere and asthenosphere and whatever is happening in the barysphere. Barysphere is actually creating magnetosphere for us, which is warding us off from different radiomagnetic radiation. If you can see the picture in the side, what we have, can you find anything other than anthrosphere, built sphere? Can you find anything here other than built sphere? What you can find in this picture other than built sphere? One tree, one plant. So what we have done, we have created our own sphere at the expense of other spheres. Now, the change which we are seeing as of today, as far as climate change is concerned, it is actually affected by the anthropogenic activities. And even if there is no human component, then too global warming is taking place. There is no denial, that global warming is not there. Global warming is there. Now, what could be the cause? It can be a natural cause and it can be a man-made cause. Now, we are able to understand this issue of climate change, which is now, as per scientists who believe in climate change, it is going beyond our hand. So we are at a situation nowadays that we are teetering on the brink. We are trying to balance, teetering on the brink. We are trying to balance ourselves. We are trying to balance that how can we check this issue of climate change. Now, climate change, as of now, we are facing as a warming. It could be cooling also. It could be excessive precipitation for a very long decade or term time, and it can also be change in the wind direction. The climate change is not always warming, it could be anything. Now, if we see the history of the earth, which is almost 4,550 million years old, the climate change has taken place many times, many times. But those climate change have taken at least few million years to happen. 1 million year is equal to 10 lakh years. 1 million year is equal to 10 lakh years. The humanity is only 10,000 year old. Humanity is only 10,000 year old, and in this 10,000 it has been able to affect the weather system of the earth. We have record of almost 150 years, which is based on measuring by thermometer, that is direct record. We also have indirect record of climate change of last 10,000 years, the time since when humanity came into being. Now, if you have glued to the television, or if you have going through the newspaper, when the monsoon was withdrawn, the IMD said that monsoon is withdrawn. We had relapse of monsoon system. In South India, we had rain in the last month of November, which was unprecedented. And in first week of December, again we have a cyclone developing over Indian Ocean and has put lot of rainfall in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and what you call Kerala. So that means there is a change in the monsoon system also. The monsoon which we have from southeast and moves towards northwest, in last 10 years, it is moving exactly south to north. It has changed its direction from south to north. And we used to have winter cyclones from northwest to southeast. We had winter monsoon starting from northwest to southeast, which has now vanished from last few years. We used to have cyclone in Gujarat and Maharashtra during the onset of winters, which has not taken place from last 5 to 10 years. So there is a change in the climate. And the most prominent change is the change in the temperature system, which has gone up. And this was not only experienced by general people, even sports person Roger Federer has said that he has lost his match to John Millman because of excessive warmth in the arena. Anybody want to ask question, write down in the message. In Australia, people have made omelette in the sunshine. The temperature has gone above 45 degrees centigrade. You can see the newspaper cutting. In 2019, the temperature in Australia gone above 45 degrees centigrade, and people have started making eggs in the sunshine. In 2019, on the two extreme part of the globe, that is in Australia and in America, in Australia we had temperatures more than 48 degrees centigrade. People have thronged to the beaches, and at the same time in North America, in Minnesota, the temperature has plumbed down to minus 39 degrees centigrade. So much so, low temperature was there that the jeans pant got frozen. They were standing in a upright condition without men or women inside it. You can see the pants got frozen. That was the temperature in United States of America. So the issue is that this climate change is natural or it is created by human activity, that is anthropogeny. The blame is going to the greenhouse gases. What are the greenhouse gases and what actually the greenhouse is? Greenhouse is a glass house which is made by botanists or agriculturists to grow saplings and seedlings. They actually trap carbon dioxide, which is enjoyed by plants, and slightly more warm temperature is enjoyed by plants. So the greenhouse were made to grow seedlings and saplings. Nowadays, we are using plastic sheets for making such greenhouse. So greenhouse gases are those gases which are trapped inside, which are actually carbon dioxide, CH4 and HO2, H2O, sorry, H2O, and also NO2 and sulfur dioxide. These greenhouse gases are present on the Earth's surface, which has been sourced from natural process as well as from processes which are carried out by human beings. Now, we had from last 200 years, we had three big events of global warming. First global warming started somewhere between 1860 and lasted up to 1880. Then from 1910 to 1940, and then 1975 to 2005. I am showing you a slightly older picture. I will come up with a new picture also. So you can see that from 1860, the temperature started rising, and now it has reached almost 2 degrees centigrade. But in between these warm period, we also had a period of global cooling somewhere from 1885 to 1913 or 1935. See the green line. The green line shows that average global temperature has gone down from 1885 to 1900 for almost 15 years. Then again, there was a time when global temperature has remained. There was increase, but that increase was very less. The blue line you can see. So we had three major events of global change. The latest data which is I am presenting you, if you take the time from 1950 to 2017, if you draw a line in between, you will find that there is a rise in the global temperature. Now, what could be the natural factors and what could be the factors which are human beings created? The Earth's surface temperature is dominated by solar insolation, which we get from sun heat. The solar insolation come on the ground as a long wave radiation, short wave radiation, and when they go back, they are converted to long wave radiation, which is not able to penetrate the greenhouse gases. And what we have trapment of the heat. Now, out of these different gases, carbon dioxide and CH4 is the most notorious gas. In fact, CH4 is going to affect twice the carbon dioxide is affecting as far as heat trapment is concerned. The Venus, which was having average temperature of 485 degrees centigrade, is because it has 97% carbon dioxide in its atmosphere. So despite at the second place from the sun, it has temperature 485 degrees centigrade. Just imagine the effect of carbon dioxide. In our atmosphere, it is only 0.04%. But see the effect on global warming of carbon dioxide. Now, if you remove all the greenhouse gases, if we remove all the greenhouse gases, our temperature will go down to minus 18 degrees centigrade. That means there will be drop of 33 degrees centigrade of temperature. There will be drop of 33 degrees centigrade of temperature if we remove all the greenhouse gases. So actually the greenhouse gases are here to protect us, to give us warmth. If they are not there, then the temperature will be minus 18 degrees centigrade. That means we'll be looking in a temperature situation just like poles. And then what will happen? What will happen to the poles at that time? The temperature may go to minus 100, 150 degrees centigrade. So greenhouse gases has a major role to play. Now our distance from the sun is also a very important factor, and its movement around the sun. When Earth moves in its orbit around the sun, it exposes its different face to the sun. Sometimes it is close to the sun, sometimes it is away from the sun, and that's why we have summers and winters. Now, if there is a change in orbital system of the Earth, if this orbit had a slight change, then overall temperature system will change. But scientists have said that such kind of change cannot take place in less than 1 lakh years. So the present global warming cannot be attributed to any change in the Earth's orbital path around the sun. Now Earth is rotating on its axis also, which is bringing us day and night. And because of its tilt of 22 degree or 21 degree, this tilt exposes different part of the Earth directly to the sunlight. So the sunlight falling directly at equator will be much warmer as compared to the poles. If this tilt is subjected to change, then again there will be change in the solar insolation. And scientists say that Earth tilt has a little bit change because of the 2 tsunamis which we had in 2004 Indonesian earthquake and 2011 Tohoku earthquake. The movement of huge amount of water has made the Earth disbalanced, and because of this disbalance, the Earth's axis has got a slight tilt, and that may cause some change in the global temperature. Similarly, the sun, which is providing heat and light to us, is because of conversion of hydrogen to helium and then breakup of helium to hydrogen. These two fission and fusion reactions are taking place over the sun surface, and this is creating heat. Sometimes this activity of fusion and fission increases, which we call solar activity or sunspot activity. If this kind of sunspot activity starts taking place, then there will be extra heat generation. And if there is an extra heat generation, we will have extra heat received from the sun and our Earth will be extra warm. We had such kind of event in 2017. We had such kind of event in 2022. We had such kind of event even in 2024. This not only creates change in the global pattern of heat distribution from the sun, but also it creates solar flares or solar storms which disturb or interact with our magnetosphere which results into loss of telecommunication, Now, from where we are getting our greenhouse gases? Most of the greenhouse gases which we have, they have come from Earth's interior through the process of volcanism. We call it mantle degassing. The Earth's interior is at parts in molten state, and this molten material comes upon the Earth's surface through lava, through volcanoes, and through fissures on the Earth's surface, and also brings lot of gases, especially sulfur dioxide and nitrous oxide, CH4, and contributing to our atmosphere. So if volcanism is continuing to take place, the greenhouse gas production will increase. And when the greenhouse gas production is going to increase, there will be more heat trapment and there will be more warm or temperature on the Earth's surface. But the mantle degassing of the Earth has reduced with time. It has reduced with time. Some 55 or 60 or 65 million years back, we had volcanism all over the world. The Earth was punctured everywhere, and we have lava flow from the Earth, which we sometimes call flood basalt. Lava of basaltic composition flooded the Earth. And that was the time when the dinosaurs got extinct. But from that time till today, overall temperature, overall degassing has reduced. And we have less contribution from natural source of greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, from a process of volcanism. Now, whatever carbon dioxide is generated, it is being taken back by the Earth through formation of calcium carbonate by different organisms and by dissolving carbon dioxide into ocean. Ocean is the biggest sink of carbon dioxide. The ocean, which is 3/4 of the Earth's surface, they dissolve carbon dioxide from atmosphere. They take back carbon dioxide from atmosphere, but because of so long absorbance of carbon dioxide into ocean, and because of some other reasons, especially the pollution, the ocean water has got highly acidified, and because of high acidification, the carbon dioxide is getting less dissolved in ocean water. And when carbon dioxide is less dissolved in ocean waters, that means it has more presence in atmosphere. And this more presence is going to create the global warming. Why we fear global warming? Why we fear global warming? We fear global warming because the global warming will lead to the melting of glaciers, and the melting of glaciers will result into sea level rise, and the sea level rise will result into the drowning of the coastal areas. It is said that if all the ice is melted off the Earth, the coastal areas will be under 9 meters of water. What to talk about the islands which are in the oceans, which have barely 3 to 4 meter height from the mean sea level. But even if there is no melting of ice, simple warming of the ocean can lead to the sea level rise. See this graph. Thermal expansion below and above 2000 meters up to the surface, this water can expand simply because of warming. When we heat up water on a gas stove, the volume of water increases. So even if we forget about the melting of glacier, it is simply the warming of the water will increase the sea level. Now I am showing you a video. Can anybody tell me what this video is all about? What this video is all about? Can anybody tell me? What is happening here? Please write in the message or somebody can tell me what is happening here. Yes, Abdullah साहब. माइक आपका ऑफ है, माइक ऑफ है आपका.
Movement of plates, sir.
Movement of plate. This is called a plate tectonic theory.
Yes, sir.
This started with a theory that is called as continental drift theory, given by Alfred Wegener, but later on, his theory was rejected. In 1915, his theory was rejected, but again in 1965, his theory was accepted with a new name, that is the theory of plate tectonics. This video which you are seeing, this has happened in last 65 million years. This 5-second or 10-second video is telling you the history of 65 million years. Even today, the plates are moving. And now we are being able to measure that which plate is moving with what direction, in which direction, with what speed. Most of the plates, even today, are moving at the rate of 5 to 10 centimeter per year. That means our latitude and longitudes, they are no more correct, which were drawn 1,000 years back. In 1,000 years, all latitudes and longitudes are changed because of 5 to 10 centimeter per year of movement of the plates. Means in 1,000 years, at least 10-meter shift has already been taken. At least 5 to 10-meter shift has already been taken. That's why all our latitudes and longitudes are incorrect. And that is the problem, that we cannot have unmanned navigation or driverless car. This is the issue. Why can't we have driverless car? Driverless car meets always with accident because it is moving as per the Google map, and all Google map, they are wronged by 2 to 5 to 10 meters. Okay, so if the plates are moving, they must also be moving across the latitude, and overall temperature system will also change. These plates, they move at the scale of 5 to 10 centimeter per year, means the rate at which our nails grow. We don't see our nails growing, but after a week, we are able to see that our nails have grown. We need to have a cut. I am showing you my own fingers with election ink, and see how it has moved from March to June, from bottom to the top. A teacher has asked a student, why you are not learning geography? The student has said that I am not learning geography because my father says that world geography is changing. So what's the purpose of learning geography if it is going to change? People have collected some indirect evidences of climate change. They have collected diaries of farmers who have written the daily temperatures, the diaries of captain of ships, the diaries of travelers, newspaper accounts. And they have worked out that in last 100 years or so, on a particular day, on a particular week, in a particular month, how temperature has changed. They have record of temperature from 1370 to 1879 through such kind of indirect evidences. Similarly, the glaciers are going to affect it immediately with global cooling or global warming. If there is a global cooling, the glacier size will increase. If there is a global warming, the glacier size will be decreasing. Now, if you can see this picture, there is a big rock block which we call erratic. Erratics are the rocks which are present at a place where there is no similar rock available. So the question is that how come this rock block has come here? The presence of such rock blocks is an indication that once the glacier has come up to this place and it has brought this very rock. So wherever we find erratic, that means up to this place there was a glacier, and today there is no glacier. Why there is no glacier? Because it has receded. Why it has receded? Because of global warming. Maybe natural, maybe anthropogenic. somebody has taken picture of a mountain top in 1912, 1970, 2000, 2006 of same month, same day, and you can see the ice cover is being lost. That is an indication of global warming. The same kind of erratic I have found out in Sonmarg. You can see this huge rock block. This huge rock block is made up of a rock called chert. And in the surrounding area, in the background area, the chert rock is not present. The rock which is present in the background is slate. How come it has come here? How come it has come here? It has come here because glaciers have come up to this place. You can see the valley is U-shaped. Whenever you have U-shaped valley, that means it is carved out by glacier. So yes, there was a big glacier. Still you can see glaciers. Still you can see small snouts of the glacier. But there must have been big glacier which is no more today, which must have brought these ice. Just 15 days back, there was a news that there is no ice on Mount Fiji. It has broken record of 130 years, that there was no ice in the month of November. But fortunately, after a week, the ice came. That is on 7th November, there was a snowfall and the ice came on this Mount Fiji. But the question is that what was the cause of that 130 years back when there was no ice on the Fuji? Can we ascribe that cause also to the anthropogenic activities? What must have happened which resulted into global warming 130 years back when there was not so much control of anthropogenic activities? Indirect evidences have come mainly from the ice cores. The scientists have drilled ice cores up to 20 kilometers. Ice cores have been collected with the deepest borehole of 3.6 kilometers in Antarctica, and they have taken out gas bubbles in the ice which have trapped gases of the atmosphere of that time. They have dated the ice, they have dated those gases, and they have reconstructed the temperature of past through the studies of ice core, and they have found that overall global temperature has remained same up to 1850. See the graph. Up to 1850, the global temperature has remained same. From 1850 to 1870, it had a rise. Then from 1870 to 1900, it has again a drop. From 1970 to 1900 to 1940, it has again a rise. And then again, there was a drop somewhere around 1975. This is the data from the ice cores. Scientists have also studied the rocks which hang in the caves from the top of the cave roof, which we call stalactites. The rocks which hang from the rooftop, they are called stalactites, and the rocks which grow from the floor of the cave upward, they are called as stalagmites. These are the rock formation which form due to evaporation of water from drop of water which is coming into the caves. And calcium carbonate is deposited and forming stalactite and stalagmites. From that study also, it has shown that there was a rise of temperature from 1900 to 1970, and then there was a drop from 1970 to 1975, and then again there was a increase. So scientists have studied different aspects from different sources. They have studied the tree rings. They have taken out carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen and their isotopes, and they have studied all these isotopes and have worked out the past temperature from the tree rings. And they have suggested that the global warming has taken place from 1800 to 1975, with a little of ice age in between 1800, 1825 and 1975 to 1970 to 1975. Similarly, thermoluminescence studies were done on the quartz mineral, and it has it has calculated the overall average temperature which penetrates into the ground. The heat which is penetrating into the ground is reacting with the trace element over the quartz mineral, and people have studied what is called as thermocathodoluminescence. From there they have made a data which shows that there is a global rise continuously of the temperature since 1500 to 2000 years. So we had lot many studies which suggest that the global warming is taking place. Why it is taking place? Because the sun is supplying us 250 watt per square meter of heat, and only 175 is going back. Almost 65 is left over on the earth, which results into global warming. Which results into global warming. If you see this graph, how methane and carbon dioxide has gone up and down in last 800 years or so. So it is going up and down almost. If you draw a line, there will be a straight line. That means whatever it goes up, it is absorbed, again goes up, again absorbed. But in last 20 years, what has happened that carbon dioxide and CH4 both are moving almost vertically. We have increased the percentage of carbon dioxide from 280 per part million to 550 per part million. We are putting almost 26 to 50 billion tons of carbon dioxide everywhere. Parag Saab, please
हाँ
put off
अपने
your
आप हो
mic.
जाता है, जब बहुत हो जाता है ना तो
Parag
वो
Saab,
बंद हो जाता
Mr. Parag, put your mic off. So, if we see that if we see the contribution of different gases into our atmosphere, maximum is the carbon dioxide. Maximum is the carbon dioxide from fossil fuels and some part from agriculture land, followed by CH4 and followed by nitrous
है ना।
oxide. Parag Saab, if you are hearing me, please put off your mic.
ओलंपियाड का तो रिजल्ट आया ही नहीं। ओलंपियाड का
If we club all the data, what we will be able to see that
वैसे मैंने पढ़ा था
the,
सीरियस में,
the
जो
graph is
जो उसने
going
किया है
down
वो
up
मैंने
to
पढ़ा था।
1850. The graph is going down
हाँ
up to
मैंने पढ़ा है।
1850 and then it is rising. This paper was presented by Matt Critic from Canada, and this paper is famous as a hockey stick paper because if you see the last part of the graph, it is just moving like a hockey stick. So it has been proved that whatever extra temperature we are facing on the earth, it is not because of sun, it is because of our own creation of greenhouse gases. ये सूरज की साजिश नहीं है, खुद जमीन फेंक रहे हैं हम. This
बुलाया
is the
था,
data
आज
which
फोन
I
आया था,
can
मैंने
share
मना कर
with you.
दिया।
The data on if we take average temperature from 1951 to 1980, if we take average temperature from 1951 to 1980, then what is happening that up to 2020, it is above the average, but
नहीं
after
नहीं,
that
तो
the
सही हो गए
temperature
ना, वो
is
बहुत से मना
crossing
तो ठीक।
this limit.
मैंने मना कर दिया, मैंने कहा तू सीरियस
Now,
है।
why we fear climate change? Why we fear climate change? There are some obvious reasons to fear climate change, and there are some less obvious reasons.
15 तक अगर बढ़ गई तो 20
The
तक।
obvious reasons are global warming, melting of ice, more runoff, loss of clean water, increased desertification, more humidity, severe weather condition, and sea level rise. But less obvious, which we don't see directly, but it is going to affect us, is regional migration of people, increase in certain diseases, change in the ocean circulation that is called as thermohaline conveyor, change in agriculture pattern, crop failure will become very common, animal migration will also take place, which we are seeing that every now and then there are panthers coming into the areas where human beings are living and killing men and women and animals. Ecological imbalance will take place, and there will be a lot of crop loss due to the extreme weather conditions. So these are some direct and indirect issues. Ice hockey in Ladakh look like a bad idea because we don't get that much ice in the Ladakh as we used to have. Silk turns to cotton in Tassar belt in Odisha. We are not able to produce that much of silk because the warm, they are not enjoying this increased temperature, they are dying, they are not creating silk. So we are losing on that account. Climate history wants us to limit warming to 2 degrees centigrade. Human may not be able to adopt beyond that. We cannot adopt beyond 2-degree rise. Even if there is not less than 2-degree rise, we have a lot of extreme weather condition taking place all over the world. Very recently, what has happened in Spain, more than 200 people died because of flash floods. So such kind of extreme conditions, they keep on taking place. We had flooding in Dubai in the month of April, perhaps, in the month of April, just after the COP24, perhaps, the whole Dubai was flooded because of excessive rain and because of some other reasons also. So it was a biblical flood. They are calling it a biblical flooding in Dubai. Means a flood which is got reference in Bible and Quran, that is Tufan-e-Nuh. So we keep on having such kind of issues. That is the case of extreme weather condition. एक नूह ही नहीं जो हमें कश्ती में बिठा ले, वरना आसार तो मौजूद हैं तूफान के सारे, वरना आसार तो मौजूद हैं तूफान के सारे. Uttarakhand was raging under forest fire this year before rain started. Where will the Uttarakhandi go? Where will the Uttarakhandi go if the forest fire goes on like this? We don't have any mechanism to douse forests in Uttarakhand. We are totally relying on the natural rainfall system. And the rainfall got delayed. Why rainfall got delayed? Because of some climate change. We had less rain throughout the monsoon. Only in the last spell of the monsoon that some part of the country has got good amount or fairly good amount of water. Driest post-monsoon period recorded in Uttarakhand in 5 years. I am talking of a news that is on 21st November that in last 5 years, this is the driest monsoon in Uttarakhand. Why it is happening? Is it not because of climate change? This November, warmest on record in North India. That's why I asked you that what you are feeling. This November, warmest on record in North India. The news came on 3rd of December. Now, what is being done? What is being done? Every year we have international conferences, starting from 1972 and continuing throughout last 2 decades. I have listed almost all those which have taken place. What is still being transpired? Every year we have international conferences at different places of the world. COP25, then COP26 in 27 in Egypt, then COP28 in UAE. What for these COPs are being called? What for? More than 15,000 people attend these conferences, putting lot of air travel into the system and creating lot of carbon footprint. COP29 just completed in Azerbaijan. 30 is going to be in South Africa. But what is the result? What is the net result? India reject weak climate finance outcome. India wants that somebody should pay. We are not going to check our carbon dioxide emission, even if we die of our own carbon dioxide emission. COP29, a top out, but 3 reasons why India should not give up on it. India is moving away. India is moving away. It is not committing. So if we don't commit, then it is we who will be suffering first rather than people in other countries. India slips to 10th in climate change performance index. India ranks 26 in Children's Climate Risk Index. UNICEF says urgent action needed. So the issue is the check of global warming from 1.5 to 2 degrees. This is the only issue nowadays. How to check the global rise beyond 1.5 degrees centigrade. Because only in this half degree difference, there will be a lot of effect as far as plant and animal life extinction is concerned. Loss of coral reefs are concerned. Sea level rise is concerned. Loss of crops are concerned. Loss of ocean ice is concerned. Extreme heat conditions are concerned. Water supply, all these are going to increase manyfold if we don't check the rise of temperature from 1.5 degree to 2 degrees centigrade. Just few days back, I went to my home place at Lucknow railway station. In waiting room, everybody was using the ceiling fan on the 1st December. So that is all about the issue of climate change. Now I am going to another issue, which is what I think is much bigger issue, that is climatic disorders versus environmental disorders. Climatic disorders versus environmental disorders. I call environmental disorders, that is the pollution which we are creating. The pollution which we are creating, which is resulting into death of 464 kids every day. In 2021, Lancet has reported that in India, 1,69,400 kids have died because of pollution. 100 people world over are dying every 30 minutes. It's not an issue of only India, but rather all third world countries. In India, 138 people per lakh of people are dying because of pollution. That was reported in 2015. We have very bad air pollution. We have very bad water pollution. We are dying of these pollution. We are dying by breathing. 17 years ago, everyone saw Delhi's air take a deadly U-turn, but no one did a thing. Delhi was one of the most polluted cities. But in 2000, from year 2000, it has started improving. And it has improved till 2007, when we shifted from diesel and petrol to CNG. When we shifted to CNG, the climate and the pollution level has gone down. But again, from 2007, the pollution started increasing. Why? Because of more number of vehicles. The loan system which bank started to give a push to the economy has resulted into more pollution, more illness. Now, as far as illness is concerned, our country is the world capital of diabetes. This is the data of 2015-16, that in 15-16, out of 10 most selling drugs, 5 were of diabetes. Nowadays must have been 10 out of 10 of diabetic medicine. Only it was in the COVID period that sale of diabetic medicines were reduced and sale of medicines for viral have increased. But in 23 April, the diabetic medicines have again got the upper hand. Now the issue is why we have diabetes all over in India. Even in the remotest village, away from the big cities, the farmers who are doing day and night labor in their fields, they eat the rawest material, but they are also diabetic. Why? It is because of air pollution. You cannot stop air pollution. If Delhi is getting air pollution, then this air pollution will move from Delhi to different cities of the country, different cities of neighboring areas, because the wind will take these pollutants to the continental inboard. So nobody is safe from the air pollution. But we are shouting only for Delhi. Let Delhi breathe. Why only Delhi should breathe? Why not all other places in country should breathe the fresh air? Supreme Court refuses to relax GRAP 4 measures. It has relaxed yesterday. ऋतुओं को निगलने लगा pollution. The pollution have become so strong and powerful that some of the small weather system have got vanished from our system. It is only in calendars. Only it is in calendars. Sawan, Bhado, and whatnot. They have all been lost. There is no Sawan, there is no Bhado. And people from places, they are thronging to areas which are less polluted. Why would tourists visit Uttarakhand if air here becomes like Delhi NCRs? Dehradun and Masuri, they are equally polluted. Everywhere we have pollution. And this is the cause that we are dying by breathing, death by breath. COVID-19 was more potent, more lethal in the cities which were big cities, which had more pollution. The people have their lungs already compromised because of those pollution which they have taken for their life. And they have perished to the COVID-19 because of their lungs already compromised. See what is happening around Delhi. Whom to blame? Should Delhi blame the NCR region, or should NCR blame Delhi? Because this looked like a case of severe freebie toxicity. We are being given toxic air freely. However, I will wait for the final report. Which report? Postmortem report, because you are going to die soon. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We have started Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan means keep your surrounding clean. But we don't think that where this waste which we are generating will end up, where this waste will go. We will clean our house. We will clean our house and we'll put garbage outside. If we clean our mohalla, we will put garbage outside our mohalla to some remote areas in the city, and we will be creating mountains of garbage. We will be creating hills of garbage. Ghazipur land site, Bhalsara land site, Okhla landfill site in Delhi. They have become just like a hill. And they have stopped feeling like hills, just like a landslide in the hills. We have landslide in the mountains. People are dying because of that landslide. We don't have space for putting waste. We don't have space for putting waste. Waste reduction and disposal is not that big problem. Rather, waste generation is the bigger problem which we are facing today. See the statistics. Delhi, from 2000 to 2015, the amount of garbage generated has increased by 2075%. In 15 years, the amount of garbage has increased from 400 tons to 8,700 tons. And same is in the Bangalore, the two big cities, IT cities. As compared to Delhi and Bengaluru, Hyderabad and Bombay, 155%. Okay, 15 years is good enough to increase your waste because population is increasing. But what is happening to Delhi and Bengaluru? Chennai 60%, Ahmedabad 48.5%, and Calcutta only 8.3%. That means it has something to do with our lifestyle. It is something to do with our lifestyle. Disease caused by Meerut waste ground claims 22 lives. If you go to Meerut, just at the entry from Delhi side, we have a big, huge waste disposal site. Move to dump neighboring cities, trash invites public eye. Should Meerut suffer to keep Ghaziabad clean? Should Selampur suffer to keep Delhi clean? अगर दिल्ली को साफ रखना है तो सीलमपुर को गंदा रहना होगा. सीलमपुर इज अ मोहल्ला इन दिल्ली. अगर दिल्ली को साफ स्वच्छ रखना है तो सीलमपुर को गंदा रहना होगा. दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट ऑफ रवीश कुमार. Are we a filthy nation? We have to look back. We have to see in our own Greban. Are we a filthy nation? जूही चावला ने उठाया काठमांडू में प्रदूषण का मुद्दा. She didn't find Pradushan in India, that she was raising the issue in Kathmandu. Why you have went to Kathmandu? Who has asked to come you? Why don't you ask for pollution in India? Are we a filthy nation? Supreme Court कहता है दिल्ली कूड़े के टाइम बम पर बैठा हुआ है. दिल्ली कूड़े के टाइम बम पे. तो कहने से क्या होगा? What will happen just by saying? What will happen? India Today magazine in 1993 came up with a story, cover story. Can we clean the mess? 1993, India Today has come with this cover story. Can we clean the mess? And then again in 2014, after 21 years, they have to put a cover story, Dirty Nation. That means in 21 years, we have done nothing. See, Taj Mahal in the background and garbage in the foreground. Garbage is a collector's item. Unless and until we understand this very point, garbage is a collector's item, we are not going to solve the problem. We are not going to solve the problem. हवा में जहर के नए पैमाने. We are changing the statistics. We are playing with the statistics. We are blaming each other. We are blaming Parali burning in Punjab and Haryana. But those people who are burning Parali, they will be suffering first. And that is the reason that the Sardarji is putting his children into bed sheet just to ward off pollution. So our own pollution will create problem to ourselves first. मौसम बदल रहा है. अब हवा में नए ताजा प्रदूषण की गंध है. भीषण गर्मी व प्रदूषण से जाएंगी 3 करोड़ जाने. यानी क्लाइमेट चेंज प्लस पॉल्यूशन, they are going to have a double whammy. What we are doing, we are putting smoke towers at the crossroads in Ahmedabad, in Chandigarh, in Delhi and whatnot. First create doom and then make boom. This is also a business of air pollution, business of selling air purifier, business of selling air conditioners, but not solving the problem. The smoke project, Delhi smog 30 times WHO's limit. So ultimate issue is that our materialistic society is going to create more and more pollution, more and more solid waste. We used to have 1 pair or 2 pair of shoes in our school days. Now we have slippers and sandals and shoes for every suit we have matching. We need more legs, not more shoes. We need more legs, not more shoes. The water is getting polluted. The drinking water is getting reduced with time. We have only 2.5% of all the waters on the land which can be called as fresh water or sweet water, out of which 68.6% is locked with the ice. We have only 30% of groundwater which we can use, because lakes and rivers, they are also polluted. We cannot use water directly from the rivers. At Haridwar, Ganga water is suitable for bathing but not for drinking. See, the Ganga is coming out of hills and mountains and it is so polluted that you cannot drink water. So this is the biggest issue, clean water. And for cleaning water, we are using RO water and purified water. And to make this purified water, we are wasting twice the amount which we are producing. For one bottle of half liter, we are going to lose more than 1.5 liter of water in drain. The Prophet has said that do not waste water even if you are at running stream. Even if you are at running stream, do not waste water. So water is going to be the biggest issue. Water is going to be the biggest issue. In our university, we have 2 water treatment plants. You can see the water which is treated by biological process, not involving any electricity, not involving any electricity. All of us have ROs nowadays. All of us have ROs nowadays. There are reasons for having ROs. But please collect the drain water. This is my own house, my own RO. I collect all the drain water and use it for bathing, for flushing, for washing, for irrigating the plants. For irrigating the plants. We cannot afford to waste this water. Think of your department, think of your college where RO systems have been installed. What is happening with the drain water? It is going into the drain. It is going into the drain. It is getting wasted. What will be the solution? How to solve this problem? What would be the solution? Who will solve this problem? Never-ending paradise. Conference every year. Just what we have got some days recognized to be observed to focus on some important issue. But these individual days are not going to help. These individual days are not going to help. We have to observe each of these days on 365 days, all years to come. Greta Thunberg has started shouting in Sweden when she was in class 8th and 9th. Every Friday, the students started going on strike for pressing their government to have a clean and good environment for the future generation which is coming. They are saying that present grown-ups, they are not going to leave good environment and good weather and good climate and good earth to their offsprings. Lot of issues, lot of people are doing on in their individual capacity. CSR scientists are saying that we will wear clothes on Monday without ironing. Without ironing. Climate activists to use drones to shut UK airport. Lot of people are doing lot of bizarre thing. Man walks 700 kilometers backward to highlight deforestation. So lot of individuals have started pushing pressure to their society, to their government. David Buckle, he has immolated himself by putting oil, petrol onto him and lighting with himself with the matchstick, that if we don't stop using fossil fuel, the earth will burn like I am burning. He died. He died to protest damage to the planet. So there are a lot of individuals who are doing a lot of things. We have come up with the solution, that is solar power. The solar power. This is our university's solar power plant. We have the biggest solar power plant in any university. We have a big ground mounted and all our building have solar panels. The solar panels have come in a big way to contribute to electricity and check the use of coal-based electricity. But Amitav Ghosh, an environmentalist writer, electric cars won't solve climate change. Even electric cars are not going to solve the climate change. Who is going to solve? The cycle. In Denmark, Copenhagen capital, 650,000 cycles are there on a population of 6 lakh people. So 50,000 cycles are free. Anybody can take any cycle and can go anywhere. But we have lost those cycle culture, including me. See the graveyard of cycle in Saharanpur. This is a graveyard of cycle in Saharanpur. These cycles, they were left by the laborers who fled Punjab and Haryana during COVID period by their bicycle. They came to Saharanpur, they left their bicycle and they went by train to their destination.
सर अब हम जो है वो
बस लास्ट फ्यू स्लाइड
ये हो सकता है कि आर पार्टिसिपेंट हैव सम क्वेरी, तो वो भी
मैंने तो सबसे कह रखा है कि क्वेरी मैसेज में डालते रहें ताकि मैं एक साथ इंफॉर्मेशन उनको दे दूंगा।
वो आपके लेक्चर में इतना खो चुके हैं कि वो अपनी क्वेरीज जो है वो भूल चुके हैं। इतना मैं खुद आपको देख रहा हूँ कि आप क्लाइमेट चेंज पर आपका कितना पावरफुल जो है वो प्रेजेंटेशन चल रहा है, और आपने बहुत सारे मतलब यू हैव कवर्ड ईच most of the important and significant aspect of climate change. तो ये बहुत ही important चीज थी और बहुत ही applied।
लास्ट फ्यू स्लाइड्स मुझे चला देने दीजिए।
हाँ, चलाइए।
What we need: save on paper, save on trees. So as a teacher, we should stop giving homework. Reform the city. Now, form is not FOR. Nowadays, smart city projects are going on. Actually, smart city projects, they are in fact, they are just what you call fox pass. So we need reforming the cities. We need more vegetation. Even IPL has said that on each dot ball, we will plant 500 trees. But I don't know, are they honoring their pledge or not? Are they honoring their pledge or not? So we have to see that even our individual issues, individual problems, they are going to put us in a very tough and dire situation. And this year, for the first time in Aligarh, the municipal corporation had to put green sheets over the crossroads because the temperature has gone up to 45 degrees centigrade. So to put a little bit of shadow, they have put these green sheets. They have put these green sheets. If we are not going to change, if we are not going to check, what is going to happen? The life on this earth will vanish. Perhaps we will head towards sixth extinction. So Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Sahab has said that even if this world is created for humanity, if there is no further evolution from humanity to some other biological form, then it is the human beings who will lead to their own extinction and the extinction of other life forms. We already had 5 extinctions. The sixth extinction is in offing. People have started writing books that how to face the upcoming global warming. Scientists are working that how to check this global warming by some scientific method that is called as geoengineering. So there are a lot of people who are working on the geoengineering. Now, this is what a poster in Fortis Hospital in Delhi. What this poster wants to say, if anyone can tell me what this poster wants to say. If anybody can tell me what this poster want to suggest.
Showing the lungs.
Yes.
The healthy lung.
What is the message?
सर इन हाउस आपको प्लांट
healthy lung and a polluted lung, sir.
जिससे कि आपकी ब्रीदिंग प्रॉपर
The plant tree for healthy lungs.
But the same Fortis Hospital has put plastic plants in in their premises. So the humanity is fooling himself or itself. At one place you are putting poster to grow tree and then you are putting plastic plants. So this is the paradox. We are putting plastic plants in our houses. Whom we are fooling? Those are fake Gina, and my mom still waters them. Urban renewal is a knockdown and drag out business. Smart city project means paint the wall, showing birds and eggs and trees, and you see the pots which have plants which have dried. This is the Mushtaba Saab, please see this. This is the commissioner of Smart City project who has put plastic grass on its wall just in front of Aligarh Habitat Center and putting the slogan Green Aligarh, Clean Aligarh. What does this green means? Green means only green cover, green color, our plant, our trees. In our own faculty, see the Ashoka trees. See the Ashoka trees. What is the size of Ashoka tree? What is the size of Ashoka tree? Can anybody tell me? How big is the Ashoka tree?
3 to 4 feet.
अरे अशोका ट्री 40 to 50 feet.
नहीं सर,
ये
इसमें
तो
जो दिख रहा है
अरे तो इसको तो प्रूव किया है ना, इस पेड़ के साथ तो बदतमीजी की गई है ना.
जी जी जी.
In actual, yes, 30 to 40 feet.
Oh, and see what has happened in 2022, 2020 picture and 22 picture. The two trees have died. So we are planting trees, but we are not allowing them to grow. If you are not interested in a big tree, a small bush, why you have gone for a Ashoka tree? So what I want to convey is that our university system, our educational system, they are not following the norm which they are teaching and telling to others. दुआ करो कि सलामत रहे शजर का बदन. अगर पेड़ ही नहीं रहेगा, bark and trees is not going to give you oxygen. बहारे बर्ग व समर आती जाती रहती है. Finland, happiest country, the most good country, the best country as far as least pollution is there. It is still going for greening. It is still going for greening. So
Namaz Maghrib is approaching us, sir.
Yes, I am going to the last slide. Just read this and then the last slide. If we pollute the air, water and soil that keep us alive and well and destroy the biodiversity that allows natural system to function, no amount of money will save us. No amount of money will save us if we pollute air, water and soil. Earth, no deposit, no return. Think the world owes you a living. You are or we are already overpaid. And this is the last slide. In 1881, our founder was lampooned. A cartoon came in 1881 and he was called as Naturey Jogi. He was called as Naturey Jogi. Means he used to love nature and for that he was touted. See, he is having snakes and cactus behind it. He was so far-sighted in all aspect of life. In all aspect of life. Thank you. If you have any query, please ask.
कभी कभी Sir Sayyid was identified as Pire Nature by some people. Pire Nature भी कहते थे उनको.
Naturey Jogi, यहाँ Naturey Jogi कहा है.
जी जी, और Pire Nature भी कहते थे. बहरहाल, we are very thankful to Professor Masroor Alam Sahab for a wonderful lecture. What is the opinion of I think our participants are fully involved in this session. आपने कहा कि दुआ करो कि सलामत रहे शजर का बदन. So at the last of this session, I would dedicate one couplet to you कि दुआ करो कि सलामत रहे तेरी हिम्मत, ये एक चिराग कई आंधियों को काफी है. तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर, और बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया पार्टिसिपेंट्स. और देखिए कितने मैसेजेस और कितनी चीजें आ रही हैं हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स की जानिब से, और बहुत अप्रिशिएट कर रहे हैं आपके इसको. और आपने क्लाइमेट चेंज के सिलसिले में मसरूर सर जो डिस्कशन किया है, वो मैंने, जाहिर सी बात है मैं खुद क्लाइमेट चेंज का ही स्टूडेंट हूँ और मैं पढ़ाता भी हूँ थोड़ा बहुत बच्चों को, लेकिन मुझे कुछ बातों का बहुत ही अच्छा इंकिशाफ किया आपने कि कुछ बातें बड़ी जो थी वो अलग सी थी. और मैं भी आपकी इस पीपीटी से I will take benefit from your PowerPoint presentation. So thank you sir. Professor Mohd Sahab is waiting. So inshallah after Maghrib, dear participants, inshallah after Maghrib we will start a new session, and Professor Mohd will speak on holistic and multidisciplinary. Especially he will emphasis on gender disparity and gender inequality and gender bias. तो सर मैं एक दफा फिर आपका HRDC और अपने पार्टिसिपेंट्स की जानिब से बेहद शुक्रगुजार हूँ। आपका बेहद शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ कि आपने अपना कीमती वक्त और हमारी नॉलेज में आपने क्लाइमेट चेंज के हवाले से, पॉल्यूशन के हवाले से बहुत ही गिरा कद्र इजाफा किया। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर, थैंक यू।
थैंक
Thank
यू।
you
और
so
जो
much.
जो पब्लिक की बात
Thank you,
करें वो
sir.
दुआ करें। Thank you so
Thank you,
much, sir.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very
आप
many
जब
thanks.
सब लोग थैंक यू कह लेंगे तभी मैं ऑफलाइन होऊंगा।
नहीं नहीं, बस अब आप ऑफलाइन
बहुत अच्छा सर, बहुत अच्छा।
देखिए मुस्तफा भाई,
जी सर।
वो नशूर वायदी तो पता नहीं कब कह गए,
जी
साथी की बेगाने रविश पे क्या इल्जाम लगाया जाए,
वाह
हस्ती एक ऐसा पैमाना भरते जाओ छलकता जाए।
वाह वाह वाह,
बहुत सुंदर सर।
कितने
बहुत
बादल बिखर गए, कितनी बरखा सूख गई, दुनिया है वो रेत का रास्ता, सावन भादों प्यासा जाए।
वाह 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 वाह।
क्या
और
बात है सर,
कैसी है
क्या
ये
बात,
गर्म
वेरी
हवा,
नाइस सर।
कैसी है
लेकिन
ये
मैं
गर्म हवा,
लेकिन
मुझसे पूछो।
मैं आपको क्लाइमेट चेंज और जो वेदर की जो जो डायनेमिक्स है आज क्लाइमेट की और जो क्लाइमेट चेंज है उसके हवाले से पता नहीं मेरे जहन में जब आपने मुझे सावन भादों का जिक्र किया तो मुझे इरफान सिद्दीकी के एक शेर याद आया। और बहुत सारे लोग जो शेरी ज़ौक़ रखते हैं वो बड़ा उसको पसंद करेंगे कि जो एक अनसर्टेनिटी बनी हुई है वेदर के अंदर और रेनफॉल के अंदर और जो प्रिसिपिटेशनल एलिमेंट्स है उनमें, कि मौला मेरी बस्ती से बिन बरसे फिर से बीत गए, खैर शिकायत कोई नहीं है, अगले बरस बरसा देना।
वाह वाह, सही बात
बहुत
है।
सुंदर, वाह वाह सर वाह।
तो
Very
मैं
nice.
ठीक
ठीक
है
है,
साहब,
फिर इंशाल्लाह मिलते हैं 5:45
बिल्कुल
पे, है ना।
बिल्कुल।
आप लोग जरा थोड़ा सा अपने आप को रिफ्रेश कर लीजिए चाय के साथ, है ना। थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू प्रोफेसर मसरूर साहब, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।